Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together!
Yeah.
It's okay. In the world of the Arcana, everyone would use the proper pronouns for you.
Yay!
Yay!
He walks right through my ghostly body and approaches Nadia.
Beautiful as ever, Nadia. Did you miss me?
Whatever shock was on Nadia's face disappears immediately, because a white man came out of a black person's body. She raises an eyebrow, giving him a once-over.
Oh, did I miss you? Let me think.
Let me think of the way. Why is she wearing... You just put your mask back on? We panicked. We lost your body and we went, oh God, make sure to put your mask on before we go downstairs because that's the focal point right now.
Appearances are everything as I dash madly into the ballroom.
What? I actually have to say, I think that's kind of heartless. I was actually expecting her to just be like, I don't care, I don't have it on.
I don't even have it
with her.
I wouldn't even expect her to grab it and have it with her.
Because...
It'd be the, oh my God,
what is going on?
I don't know. It's very strange. Priorities, though. This could be very telling of her, of going, you know what? In other cases, I may have panicked or been stressed, but in this one, I am so level-headed, I go, well, if I'm going to go chasing after Corazon's body into the fray, I best look completely composed.
Yes.
And go, that's a piece of you I didn't really know yet.
Wow!
That's what you're wearing for your grand reveal.
Lucio's smile wavers a little. He glances around at the crowd, clears his throat, and then turns back to Nadia.
That's what I missed about you, Nadia. Always so honest. Tell me, what's wrong with my outfit? I need to know.
I mean, Nadia sighs, waving her hand, and she shakes her head in disappointment.
Muriel and Astra do not exist or react at all.
No, they don't. They clambered in here. And also, have you noticed that we can see her perfectly fine?
Yes.
Even though we technically shouldn't, and she should be in monochrome?
Well,
and her face should be blurry? Yes.
They weren't specific as to whether or not once people got closer, because again, it was like, everything's blurry around me, but we could see Astra clearly when we were in the astral plane, so question mark, but he's also a magician.
I was about to say, he's also a magician, so
but
that
she's
one
magical, so shrug? Oh, nothing, I suppose. Where's your mask? Then, no one would be able to recognize me. What would be the point of that? Pouts.
Yeah, but like...
Little pouty face. It's a pouting sneer.
You would throw these masquerades.
Yes, but you as the host doesn't necessarily wear a mask.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, some hosts do that. I don't have to wear a mask because I'm the host. That's how you know I'm the host. Everyone else is in a mask.
Okay.
Have you not seen the labyrinth? Everyone's in a mask except the host. I'm sorry.
No, even he had a mask.
He took it off the second she entered the room.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
And then, the thing is I felt like in some ways that was a little bit more, like, symbolic in that
I know.
I'm like, oh, come on.
It is a thing, though.
Yes.
The point of that.
Except that he did not. He was actually running around for a while with the mask like this, and when she walked by him at one point, he ended up taking it off again because he was looking after her.
Yeah.
So also you would know that it was him. But he was dancing with someone with his mask on. I remember. He does actually have his mask on for that scene, even when she comes in the room.
I don't remember that piece, but that's okay. I'll skip it. Naughty, I just came back from the dead. I don't think you understand how amazing that is. And besides, look at these abs.
I love actually, like, genuinely, when you look at how small he is, he's actually really skinny.
Huh?
He is mostly chest. Like, he is largely, like, actually a lot of, like, shoulder, but he's actually really teeny.
Pretty small hips, real small legs, not a lot. If you look through the shadow of the text, he doesn't have a whole lot of thigh.
Well, I mean, and the reason I say that is, like...
It's smooth, and it's clearly muscled, but, like, they're narrow.
He's very lean, and he's very small.
Yep, lean, not a large dude. Not like he needs to be large, but... I really struggled, you know, for years, wasting away in that ugly form, waiting for someone to notice me. Notice me, senpai!
Corazon, am I your senpai?
What was that? Were you saying something? No mind, I'm sure it was nothing important. Is that all? I have a party to attend to. You can entertain yourself. No?
So you decided to not panic and basically be like, I will be in charge. That's interesting.
That is interesting. And going, I won't panic. I will be composed. Like, this behavior matches with the mask, but it's also wildly composed for her.
Yes.
Like, but also, I think some of it is supposed to indicate that she's way more composed when we're not around. She does much more. Okay, so thematically,
she's much more closed off.
I was gonna say, basically, she's much more closed off, she's much more organized, and she's much more in her performance leadership role. But when we're there, we inspire vulnerability and openness in her, so we don't see what would be the leaderly side of her that we expected, that Corazon came in and expected. Corazon expected her to be the strong, inhuman performance that is what people would see. But that didn't happen because she connected with Corazon and went, but I'll be vulnerable.
No, I'll be really vulnerable. And the thing is I don't think necessarily Corazon has a problem with the vulnerability. It's just the fact that there's been very little strength, basically, since Corazon has been around Nadia for several days now.
Exactly.
And it's been very baffling.
Again, it's been confusing. It's a jarring difference. When you meet somebody and it's, okay, it's that whole thing of, like, it must be quite a thrill to watch the, like, stoic stir or whatever it is.
Oh,
or,
yeah!
that kind of thing.
Your favorite character type is basically when Mr. Spock loses his shit.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
It's that
and going,
one.
and basically the Nadia was, if you will, Spock, and or, your completely contained ruling body. And then going, but I will lose my shit for you. I will be romantic, I will be soft, I will be curious, I will be open. I will even surprise myself continually at how much I want to share with you. And we go, that's not who I knew at all. But I think that might be some of what's going on here.
That would make sense, but it's also strange where she literally also, though, doesn't show much of the mask at all.
Well, it would be really nice for the player, for me, to have that contrast.
Yes, me too.
Because we didn't know her beforehand, so until you see this, you don't really get it.
Yeah.
And so it's not really meaningful to the story. At that
the
point.
reason why, though, I leaned into that is because I went, okay, so Nadia is always presented like this, and I know what her character archetype looks like. Mm-hmm. So what you have is that, and now that you're playing it, you're kind of going,
maybe not.
Maybe not so much.
On the other hand, in the other routes, you see her very contained, very composed, very
she
organized. But this MC would never see that.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
Tied up. She turns and leaves the ballroom before Lucio has time to retort. We say as though we've only played, haven't played more than one.
What do Astra and Muriel do?
What are they all doing? Because I imagine Muriel can't hold his shit while he's sitting there looking at Lucio, honestly.
Also, have people stopped screaming? Did the audience calm when Nadia walked in? I'd love to know how they reacted to her, because everyone reacted to him, but it didn't say they reacted to her at all.
No, not even slightly. Also, again, what is Astra doing? What is Muriel doing? What is Julian doing?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot Julian existed.
He stands shocked for a long moment, confusion clear on his features.
The audience, the many, many people do nothing. What? Naughty, where are you going? Astra! Didn't you miss me too?
No.
No.
Astra turns and follows Nadia. It seems Muriel's already melted away into the crowd.
And Julian is... What the hell? Hey! Hools! What about you, huh? Surely you remember me. And the other people said they remember you.
Wow, is that the time on my pocket watch? I better go! See you around, Lucenzo, is it? William excuses himself as well. Finally, Lucio's eyes fall on me.
Well, it's not like you can go anywhere. Also, he should also be interested in the audience.
Oh yeah, deeply interested in the audience. What is he doing?
Apparently, because the thing is you don't have a whole party that's about you, for you.
This is, again, though, the reason why I said what I want was somebody who likes Lucio, which would mean, unfortunately, in this story, so another way to get, shorthand for how the world functions and the way that, people's beliefs are and the different cultures and whatnot is actually to use the main love characters' love interests themselves, right? So you would basically have all these really strong characters who have very different dividing opinions, blah, blah, you keep them all very individual and unique, they all have different likes, dislikes, they all like each other or dislike each other in different ways, so you would need to, in a really, in my mind, a very balanced situation, you'd have at least one of them who goes, yeah, Lucio's fine. Or going, I liked him. And everybody else, you can say, disliked him. But you have at least one person who then becomes basically a stand-in for the rest of your world.
Oh my God!
So then it actually makes more sense.
Shrimp Lady runs up, goes, Lucio! Oh my God! I wanted you for so long! Oh, things have gone to hell since you've been out out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
There's
that's
no parties, there's no Colosseum, half the town is sinking, prices are terrible.
especially if you are only going to really have, like, that is visibly shown in the way of basically like coding, visual coding language works, right? Of you, these people literally become stand-ins for the world and all the different ideas and the things contained in it, which is why I'm frustrated even more about this story, going, where's the one person that likes Lucio?
So that they can exposit more about him.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Anyway,
I float away, following after Nadia and the others. In the distance, I swear I hear a frustrated shriek. But I'm like, there's hundreds of people in there. Why do you want these people
to notice you. Also, again, the crowd would be reacting to you. If some of them are cheering, people would be coming up and talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Going, oh my god, and petting you and touching you and going,
or if
some
not
people
allowed,
going, oh my god, great cosplay, man. Wow, costume.
Or if somehow universally in the way of dreams,
right,
everyone absolutely knew it was you and it was you back from the dead, right?
Yes.
And that was it. The people who were excited about it would be coming up to you.
Oh, yeah.
Either paying respects or being excited about it. And they may not touch you because you may have been untouchable. Who knows?
Right.
I'll say, but they would definitely want to be engaged in your presence.
Yes.
And also that sort of thing of anyone who was really interested in being in your side, immediately going and making sure you know you have their loyalty.
Huh? Well, see, I wonder if that's actually part of the reason why this story sometimes seems so weird, is because you're like, we really wanted to basically have you now date the bad guy. Like, Lucio's route, I'm actually really interested to see what that is, because I wonder actually how like how this like the themes and how like the other characters were even handled in regards to that, because it's like he's clearly the odd one out. Everybody universally dislikes him, which is again then leaves me lost as to why people in the world like him at all,
or any of them,
or anybody really like, because like I'm like, is that like supposed to be the big thing where everybody's like, ooh, we're gonna do the bad guy, and then like
more than that, I just feel like when the audience is important and then they vanish, rather than my attention moves solely to him, rather than it being specified, I'm not paying attention to this anymore, it feels like you've forgotten something.
Yes, it feels very absent. Like I said, there's a lot of hollowness in a lot of this. There's so much, like, empty.
It was only there to be basically a set piece to this experience, and then it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it really feels like a really empty, like, 6-person play.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We walk back to the contemplation tower in silence. Excuse me, 7, because you have to include the main character. So you have 6 main other characters that you're playing with.
Yep.
The moment Nadia enters the safety of her tower, she drops down to the pillows, looking drained of all energy. The others all rush around her, but I get there first. Ghostly hands passing through her shoulders. No, I don't. It's fine. There's a lot of things.
Corazon, are you there?
I am a presence in the doorway.
Yes.
I'm here. But my words come out faint, wobbly, like a whisper. No one reacts to the sound.
You'd think you would know what was going on unless somehow you're panicking, and then maybe we should share the panic a little more. I had this problem in Julian's route too, with just goingly, if we're panicking, I'd like to know, because whatever emotional context you're expecting this to be in would be really helpful for the types of words and behaviors we use. And so it's like, if your character is relatively calm, or if I'm calm about this, going, okay, you've done this kind of travel before, you know about this thing with Astra, you know you're not in your body, you should know that you can't touch people and they can't hear you, so it shouldn't be a big deal. But if you're panicking, it could be like, but I hate this, and I don't like that it's that way, or I want to forget that. Anyway.
Yeah. Nadia's gaze goes right through me as she looks around the tower. After a moment, she closes her eyes and activates her mark.
Which no one ever comments on.
She snaps her fingers. That's the only reason I can think of going, I activate my... There's a gesture, there's a thing you say, there's something you do.
I reach up to my forehead and push a button.
A pep.
Yes.
Yeah, right? It's like, what? You grab a bag and you whack yourself.
She activates her mark. She cracks her neck.
Right? I honestly...
It's a glow stick.
And activates her mark. She snaps her fingers, like, or does it in a very particular way.
Like, it sounds like it's an action, but I'm like, what is the action?
Right? It seems strange.
There you are.
She reaches out to caress my cheek, and I feel nothing but the memory of warmth on my skin.
Well, you can feel the memory, I guess. Oh no, it's the same face. I'm so sorry, Corazon. I failed to stop him. I mean, you didn't react at all. So that is a level of, like, frozen inaction that you've never displayed before. I would be concerned.
I don't understand how this happened. Lucio must have switched places with Corazon. It couldn't be possible. Not on his own. Not how terrible he is at magic. So
Well,
he knows how to use magic.
He does, and apparently is not great at it. It also sounds like, again, like they all really knew each other, because it was really like, Asra!
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So...
It's not that just that he switched places with me. I think he stole my body, true. Everything in my gut says it's true.
A white guy stole a colored person's
Body.
body.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
That's the story.
We're still having this conversation. I twisted it, molded it, made it to match Get Out in appearance.
If you haven't seen Get Out, it's about white people stealing black people's bodies, just so you know. That is
And
a big, giant
appropriating-
spoiler, forgive. Spoiler.
It's appropriating basically black people and black culture, and specifically through the way of like literally stealing black bodies. And it's really interesting.
It is very interesting. It's also very sad.
God.
I liked the ending, though.
Yes.
Like, dark, but, like, it was neat.
Yeah.
And one of those characters that, like, often gets forgotten in other, like, horror movies that I've seen really came into play, and it was kind of neat.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. But how?
When I spoke to the devil, he presented me with a deal. When I refused, he didn't seem particularly concerned. He must have known the only way to kill Lucio would be to enter the world between. He wanted this to happen. He planned for it.
Yeah, so it made your body obvious.
It was a trap. We walked right into it.
So why didn't ask for a fucking... So I'm like...
Send the more experienced magician with you. No, let's not do that.
Yeah, I'm also like, why your body in particular? Like, nobody seems to really have, like, a discussion piece about that.
Of why it's that body.
Like, in both routes, actually. I don't think
Why not take Nadia's body, and then the other ruler isn't even there to be a problem?
I know! She would just mysteriously be gone.
On the other hand, if there is some link and he needs your body specifically, we should find out what that is.
Yeah, no shit!
It'd be real nice as a player to know.
We all sit silently, processing the weight of what has happened.
Letting Lucio run amok, doing whatever he's doing down there.
Yeah, having a tantrum.
And nobody has tried to contact Pasha during all of this.
Nope, fuck Portia. Yep. Finally, Nadia speaks.
What happened, happened. There's nothing we can do to change the past. We must focus on what we can do now.
So which direction did Julian go? Did it actually really say he just left?
He just left. He just walked away. Did he come with us or not? I don't know.
I don't know. That's actually what I'm wondering. So did he come with us, or did he, like... Maybe he went to go find Portia.
Maybe. I'm like, also, would it not be relevant to, like, tell your sisters this thing and that you're connected to it? Not just be like, let you run into Lucio and see how you react. It's fine.
Right! Hi, this is my ex-husband who's now alive again. Good luck with that. Have fun.
Or being like, so let me send some servants running to collect my siblings.
Oh, yeah.
And
also tell them what the fuck is going
tell
on
them
so they can back you up.
There's some supernatural shit going on. Some of them clearly know things about magic. And...
Sorry, something just occurred to me where I went, hang on, if Nadia is... Because I was like, oh, she probably doesn't do it because, again, it's her family, she doesn't trust them. And then I went, hang on, how is she such, like, intimate good friends, as it were, that's implied with both Julian and Asra?
And she's really distant from everyone else?
And she's, yeah, like, in a way that I want to call either it's romantic, so we're having a fantastic little polycule here, or it's so, like, queer platonic, you know, partnership kind of thing, or, like, just really deep friendship. Well, and I'm like, that seems weird even for Nadia, because I think part of Nadia's character to me was always that she actually is struggles really hard with having an intimate relationship with anybody at all, whether it's being more platonic or otherwise.
That's part of her character and part of the arc we've been encountering here is that she struggles deeply with intimacy and vulnerability, except for apparently not with Asra and doesn't have any discomfort with Julian. Though she does have trouble with Portia.
She does.
Maybe she's more comfortable in general with men, and we've just only seen her really with her sisters and with Portia with women.
Maybe? I've known people who have that. That's true.
And the reason she ended up with Lucio is partly because she has an easier time feeling like, I know what's going on if it's a relationship with someone I see as a man.
Because also, if you have a patriarchal society, that would make sense as to why most of her relationships are all masculine. Except that doesn't seem to make any sense because her mother is the empress. So maybe, though, her mom can be the empress and you still have a patriarchal society? Or it's, again, just the fact that the writers basically are showing their own background with going that you have this one female character who's really just friends with men.
Or, again, it could have been, I was smothered by my siblings, who were mostly girls. And I was smothered by the presence of my incredibly powerful mother, who is a woman. And all the women that I know are very capable, competent, and powerful, so I am intimidated and frustrated and distant from women based on my upbringing.
Right.
So I have an easier time connecting with and building relationships with men. Even asshole, frustrating men.
That would be interesting as a point of character. I would like to actually see that.
I could see that being a thing, though definitely it's not explored very much, but it fits.
Like I said, that could be really interesting. Anyway.
We must focus on what we can do now.
It will take time to figure out what happened and how to reverse it. Until then, it's not safe for Corazon to remain in between. We need to get them somewhere safer.
Oh, he did come with.
They're trapped between, right?
Right?
So, what if Corazon goes in the other direction? You know, clearly, it's like regular reality, right? You got rules, there's gravity on the ground, and then there's up in the sky. So, like, you just pick a direction and you go that way. It's clearly the opposite. It's not like, you'll exist in basically 4D space or
He
anything,
is the least magical and magically connected to this entire party. Why is he suggesting this? Why not Muriel?
We gave him a line.
Oh my god, I love you, Julian, but why are you the one saying this? You hate magic.
You do.
It's alright.
It's fine.
The other direction. You mean to the Arcana's realm?
There isn't direction in realms. It's just kind of how your brain sort of can interpret.
I mean, the word makes good sense for Julian. As
that's why I was like,
I'll say this in such a layman kind of way. Like, the language makes perfect sense for him, but like, why are you the one having this idea? Everyone else here is more magical than you.
But also at the same time, like, it makes me feel terrible because he is supposed to be a doctor, and he's supposed to be really intelligent, very capable. So I'm also like, why is he such a dumb?
I was frustrated the whole time with going, have you ever used your doctoring skills ever? For anything? No, just magic.
His magic and leeches.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The Arcana's realm. It's not a terrible idea, I say, as I don't look at the magician to confirm or deny. Julian? The High Priestess can keep Corazon safe, providing it's actually her, which I don't think about at all.
Because we haven't discussed what actually happened to her, and actually what happens if you pretend to be someone in their realm, or, like, because we didn't just go off somewhere else. It's like, this is her realm, but something's wrong here.
And
it wasn't you're in the wrong realm, it's something has happened to her. So, like, is she dead?
She displaced? I don't know, it's just the High Priestess can keep Corazon safe, and I'll be able to meet with you there.
Okay.
Shifts from talking to everyone or Julian of the High Priestess can keep everyone safe, and then looking at Corazon, I'll be able to meet with you there?
I think that's what that means.
I assume I would like more of a pause.
It's possible, but it will be tricky to send someone incorporeal there. We'll need to use a portal.
Usually they have to go with their whole fucking body.
The fountain in the garden. I've used it for that before.
I've sent spirits to the realm of the Arcana through your fountain before, Nadia.
To do what?
Why would you be sending spirits
Aster so much does not discuss what he's done in his life.
I am so excited to play his route next. Oh my god, you cannot understand.
But part of my fear is just going to be like, it's going to be just as absent as these ones. Like, lacking basically history, context.
It's okay, because the main character will be thrilled to be there this time.
I know.
Kohai's going to be so excited.
For that before?
Then, that's when we shall go. Julian, will you find Portia and inform her what's happened? Someone finally remembers Portia.
Serious face.
Sorry, serious. Yes, would you tell her?
Right away, my lady, that thing, I did fucking hell. I did.
Hurry.
Running! We break ranks and set off to our various tasks.
Wait, what various tasks? All of you go to the fountain, he goes there?
Muriel. Tasks?
Also, we break ranks. What's your task, Corazon? What is Corazon's task? Corazon, you're supposed to be floating to the fountain, I assume?
I guess? Because we're not even going to be like, can you understand me? Anyway, it's fine.
Have we checked that one could... Has Astra even confirmed that he can perceive that we're there?
Nope, not even slightly. All we've done is suddenly we moved on from her going, oh, there you are, and everybody else in the room goes, okay! And I just moved on.
I just trust Nadia, it's fine.
Booted footsteps rapidly approach us as we make our way down the hall.
Also, like, he doesn't go, Nadia, do they look alright? Is Corazon okay?
Like I said, Astra doesn't care about us at all.
No.
Like, this is so weird.
sad day.
Like, but the other one was weird, too.
It was.
Like, I'm just like, nobody cares!
It's okay.
And you all did this grand, amazing thing where you all agreed to do this for somebody you deeply care about all together uniformly, or at least you cared about them enough with this other person who was so sad.
You all cared about Astra. Everyone cared about Astra enough to get involved with this ritual for him to bring someone back to life that he felt guilty about.
It's fine.
I need to know his motivation so bad. There you are, Nadia. You disappeared so suddenly. I was worried about you. Are we really going to do this now, Lucio? Do what? Catch up? I haven't seen you in ages. Or are you too busy for your husband?
Nadia freezes, then slowly lowers her foot and pivots towards Lucio with a low sigh.
I suppose that's a yes, then. We are doing this.
You're gonna pull the husband card.
Ahem. You were legally declared dead 3 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, you and I are no longer married. The way I see it, I am under no obligation to entertain your selfish behavior. Okay, that line right there pleases me greatly, because that is a thing that I am familiar with as having been a girlfriend, and that I am familiar with many of my friends that I have known that are girls and women in dating men. There's this obligation to help or support their experience or, soothe or caretake for them. Mm-hmm. And that once you're out of that relationship in real life, there's often an impulse to continue to do it. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of men sort of engender or drive it or, look for it.
It's also expected as a part of the culture. There is literally like a social obligation.
Women are the caretakers.
Uh-huh.
Men are the providers, which means they need caretaken for. Which is interesting. But anyways, I appreciate her saying this, going basically, I don't need to pander to you anymore. I'm not in a position where I'm supposed to be supporting you and helping you. And since I'm not in that role, I don't have to do it. But it's also acknowledging that part of the reason she did it was because she was in that role. Not necessarily because it was something she supported or endorsed, but because that's what you're supposed to do.
Which is also interesting considering I think the implication is really supposed to be that, Nadia's culture is matrilineal.
Yeah.
So,
why would she think that she needs to pander to men?
Yes.
That is an interesting question. Maybe she was trying to get away from her entire culture aggressively so hard when she left? I don't know.
But if she's also got a shit on, unlike Lucio's style, the way that he does things, and that's all his culture, I don't know. The thing is there's also so little here. Who knows?
Who knows? I like that bit, though. The way I see it. That's just an excuse for us to start over, right? Listen, I know we had our problems, but we always worked them out, didn't we? I'm changed, Naughty. I have a body appropriated from someone else, and I spent 3 years dead.
Nadia laughs, startled.
Changed. You.
How much does she fucking remember? Because she was like, I don't remember so much shit, and now she's really acting like, no, I know exactly what the fuck was going on.
Well, again, she did mention at one point that her memories were starting to return. We just don't know when or how much or in what capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But she spoke very confidently about 3 years ago this thing, so who knows? I doubt it. Now get out of my way.
Lucio moves to stand in her way, hands up in the air.
Disarming. I'm being really reasonable right now. I just want to talk. And I'm not leaving until we do. We need to work this out right now while the conflict is happening. You can't end the conversation until it's been resolved.
I am having flashbacks. Nadia steps around him and continues walking, head held high, but he follows after her.
Like a puppy. Did you even miss me? Naughty? Do you even care? Or did you move right on after I was gone? How many people have you boned after me? I need to know. But I forgive you. I don't actually need to know. I don't care. All I want to do is start over. Just be with you again. Hey, now that Corazon's out of the way, there's nothing keeping us apart. You should be thanking me. They were clearly the only barrier to entry for me being in relationship with you again.
Yes, that's it. We turn a corner into an empty hallway, far from the hustle and bustle of the masquerade rooms.
Are people all just fine now? No one is reacting to him.
I'm also like...
If this is an empty hallway, the other one was full, and no one reacted to the Count and Countess walking together down the hallway?
So you know what's fucking killing me is that he shouldn't have a position also anymore. If he's been declared dead, he would have all of his stuff basically removed, and all the paperwork would have been re-signed and put under her.
Unless he had that position by himself, and that's his rank on his own.
I don't know, but the thing is as his wife, she would have inherited everything, so everything technically belongs to her. So she could literally turn around and look at guards and go, please arrest this man who's an imposter, because you all do not fucking know who this guy is. If your countess goes, this guy's an imposter, you believe her.
You do.
Like, that has actually been a thing that people have used in stories over and over again, and I'm actually stunned that Nadia's not doing it. I've been kind of wondering, going, why has this ever been a big deal, ever? Because you have to actually somehow mind warp people so hard where they go, oh yeah, I'm just going to believe this, and that nobody then will listen to the Countess, and the Countess then doesn't even think of going, guards, arrest this imposter on the night of my husband's death.
Yes,
where we're celebrating, dare you.
Yes.
Like, just blame it all on him, and then nobody will ever believe him.
Right? Like, it would.
And then also you contain him in a room, or you contain him in prison, it doesn't even matter, and then he can't do jack shit.
It's true.
It doesn't matter.
I was wondering that myself, of going, you're all reacting very, very weirdly. I would think that the first step, once you've established he's not supernatural, is, call the guards.
Yeah, just be done.
If you're going to treat him like he's actually there and things are actually happening, it's you. That's what you're going to wear? Be like, guards! No, that's a really good point. A lot of times I'm watching this and going, this feels really weird. Why are people making these kind of choices? And then you'll come out with something like that, and I'm like, that's why. Because but they also don't seem to be concerned about containing him, controlling him, stopping him, anything. They don't seem to be concerned about him having massive contact with the populace. They don't seem to be concerned about him having free roam at the palace with no one knowing where he is or what he's doing. Like, none of those things matter to any of these people. And apparently that means that they're informing us, the player, that none of these things are important. That he has no power or influence. And what people are concerned about is just the fact that he's alive at all, not what he's actually going to do.
But that's why I said that in a lot of ways this game feels really hollow, at least the story does, because it just doesn't really follow, like, natural responses.
It's hard to keep track of what their priorities are.
Yeah.
Of going, we don't want him to come back, and now he's come back, but we need to forget about that because we all need to focus on Corazon. And I get that, but, like, do you all need to focus on Corazon, or could some of you, like, delegate and do another problem solve?
Right.
You know?
Oh, well, like you pointed out, there are all those siblings to talk to, of going, like, they could do shit. They actually have royal power. Anyway, so, at the end of the hall, there is a floor-length portrait staring down at all of us. Lucio's face, painted in loving detail.
I want to know who the artist is that painted his face in loving detail.
Loving detail.
But
I picked this up because apparently I'm an artist.
But we're going to examine how his face was painted in loving detail
in the next one! Hey, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to interact with our video. Like, comment, subscribe, any of those things. It actually does a lot for us in regards to YouTube algorithm. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitch. We have some links in the description down below, and we would love to see you at any of those locations. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!